Hey, hey, beautiful humans here on Facebook. How are you doing? I want to come on here and say hi because I believe that our Venus underworld phase has begun. And I want to talk a little bit about what that means. So, hey, hey, if you're coming on live, please say where on earth you're sitting right now. Love to see who's here and where you are on this beautiful planet. I so appreciate that we get to connect all over the globe and collect all of our wisdom. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Anna. Oh, beautiful. And if you're coming in for the replay, please let us know. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, got the West Coast there. So I will be curious to hear if people are Venus watchers. If you've had a chance to see Venus pre-dawn in the east in the last couple days. Okay, North Nevada, hey, hey. I have not seen her because it's been so foggy here. But when I looked at my app this morning, I did wake up and I did look. Hey, Jason. And she's pretty close to the sun. I'm pretty sure she's in Underworld because that transition between evening star and underworld happens when she gets so close to the sun that we can no longer see her. She's basically going behind the sun on the other side. So I believe we are now in the underworld phase. If you've seen her and you're further north in latitude, let me know. I'm so curious. Sylvia's also in Portland. Yay. What's up? I'm going to tell you what's up. Oh my goodness. I'm going to talk about Underworld and how tender it can be because we as humans love to have this external affirmation. Okay, so Venus has 4 phases. If you've been following me, if you've seen my Rockin' Venus map, you know that there's 4 phases. And she starts out in reset, which means she's on this side of the sun, closest to Earth, and she makes love to the sun, and she has this divine union. And whatever sign she does that in, that theme carries as a meta theme through her entire 18 months. So right now we're riding the Venus and Gemini cycle all the way till January of 2022. Hey, Antonia, so good to see you. So she has been moving through the morning sky for the last 6 months since June 3rd. She appeared, she's bright, fiery, sassy. She's like this young heroine energy. She's hearing the call. She's ready to do something impossible. In the myth of Inanna, she's like, yeah, I'm going to the underworld. I don't care that that's not allowed. I don't care that that's only where people go to die. I'm going because my sister is she's giving birth and she's grieving her beloved, so she's going to go see her dark sister Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld. She gives no F's that that's not allowed, but she does tell her friend, her ally, hey, if I'm not back in 3 days, get help. Something has gone wrong. So this is, the bright, the bold, the warrioress, morning star. If you were born under that phase, you might have some of these qualities, regardless of your sex or gender. So we're finishing that time and she's going into the underworld. She's entering the chamber of Ereshkigal. Sorry, my daughter's calling me. I forgot to do the don't call me thing. So she's going in. As soon as we can't see her, she's gone from the morning sky. And so there's this way that we really get to face what it's like to not have that external light of affirmation. Because in the morning sky, if you've been getting up and seeing her, she's so beautiful, she's so bright, she's so shining. And those that have been watching her, I just facilitated this very powerful 6-month group. And those of us that have been getting up as a practice to watch Venus, it's like when she drops out of the sky, it's like, oh, can I feel it, right? Adrian's here. So good to see you. Yay. Oh, good. Backed up your computer. Good. Mercury just wanted me to tell you that. So I've been thinking about this, and I've been getting up to see Venus. I've been tracking with Venus for the last 8 years, and now I'm teaching other visionaries, and especially women of heart, powerful women, how to sync with the Venus cycle. And so I got up this morning. It was so foggy. I couldn't tell, but it looked like she was gone, like I said. So I found it interesting because I wrote a poem. And if you know me, which probably none of you here know this history, but my first aspiration in life was to be a writer. You know, I was writing poems from the time I could write. I think my first poem was about the moon, ironically, if you saw my live. And I wrote short stories, and my dream was to be a writer for a lot of my life. So it's very interesting now, you know, that I get to write for astrology. And I still, you know, I don't really write poems that much. So I feel kind of rusty around it, and it feels more vulnerable than like talking about the sky story. So I wrote this poem basically as an ode to the women who went through my program. And it's so interesting because I posted on Facebook, and it got like hardly anything. I mean, the people, thank you, everyone who commented on the poem. But you know how you can tell like when something's not getting picked up, and who knows what's AI? You know, sometimes I wonder, like AI is getting so sophisticated. Alira, I'm like, does AI know that I really felt vulnerable about posting that poem, and I wanted people to affirm me, you know? And then it's like, no, not gonna pick that up. I don't know if it's quite there yet, but it was kind of interesting because I noticed the sense, and I took it down yesterday from my regular feed, and it just felt kind of naked to post this poem. And then I was like, you know, it's really not about what anyone else says. It's not about who reads this poem. And it's not like I wanted people to read this poem, you know, to be like, oh, you're so great. But it was like, I feel like women need this poem after this last 6 months. And I was like, here it is. I have this poem. I birthed it for you. It took me like 3 days. And then like 11 people, liked in my main timeline. So I'm going to read you the poem. Ha ha. Because I was like, it's not about the external affirmation, and it's about bringing the offering no matter what. And so if you don't want to hear the poem, you're welcome to sign off. And if you do want to hear the poem, I'm going to read it to you, and it'll be good practice for me as I am aspiring to come back into more of my poetry and my songwriting, which actually is so great that Alira just jumped on, because we did some beautiful collaborations with singing, poetry, and songwriting. And I would love to do that again. It was like such fun. This could actually be a song. So it is called Morning Star Heroine, and it's a poem for Venus's descent. So if you are gonna listen, have a cup of tea or whatever. It's not long. Don't worry, it's not too long. But settle in, and I would love your if it feels authentic. We don't want to feel obligated, but if you're inspired, I'd love to hear your encouragement on it, or your how it lands for you. Morning Star Heroine, a poem for Venus's descent. We have finally arrived at the moment when all has been taken, yet nothing is lost. Each heroine stands before the door, threshold to the unknown, naked but not stripped, claiming the beauty of broken. She cannot see decay, but feels its presence nearby, its labored breathing daring her to enter. As fear rises, she remembers all she surrendered to discover her fire. Her heart roars like a lion, and she knows she is ready. Each morning she rose before dawn to drink splendor from her copper cup. Ah, ah, ah. She slowed down in devotion, savoring the flavors of feeling with soft lips and a warm heart, rooted into the perfect spot, finding stillness in center. As she gazed at the morning sky, her eyes received rainbow fractals of light, revealing wonders of radiance beyond the veil. When she released poisons of mind, she forgave herself for following the fractured paths that led her deeper into the maze of confusion. When she found the golden key, she released herself from the prison of silence. Now her throat sings songs of liberation, blossoming in fierce delight. She claimed her ancient sword, cut the cords with all beings who hunted her brilliance, dishonored her knowing, and defiled her sacred jewel. She entered the bowl of vastness alone, resonating with the joy of her original sound, knowing her heart as home again. Her passion stoked the flames in her belly, melting the ice of defense with the heat of her kindness, releasing the nectar of love. Then she freed her feet, unbound her legs, walked naked on the soil, and danced to the music of her own laughter. This journey has liberated her from the illusions that have enslaved us since the beginning of time. She chose to bow to infinity at each portal, unite with Source at every gate. Now all that remains is her desire to burn brighter. She reaches out and opens the door. Oh. So officially, I read the other day that humans now have an attention span less than goldfish. So thank you for hanging in there for that. Yay! Oh, thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate your hearts. So this is, just a message to share your hearts, share what's in your heart, no matter what the affirmation is coming back, And this is going to be 3.5 months that Venus is in the underworld. And we just need to bring it, whatever that offering is. Oh, you got chills. Yeah, I could feel a song in that too, Alira. Oh, thank you, Anna. So put it out there, and then we can affirm ourselves. And this is about finding Source within and remembering our own value, and that we really get to amplify that code of coherence, of inner love, inside of us, no matter what's happening external. And things are going to get deep in February. I'm putting out the, key astro dates. We're not at the finish line yet. Things are going to get deep. They're going to be deeper in February. It's all crunching in. The old and the new, the old guard and the new guardians. And all we need to do is keep finding center, keep warming our hearts with what we love and what we're passionate about, keep helping our bodies to ground, getting out on the earth, getting in nature, getting our feet in the soil, drinking water, doing all the things, and just keep showing up and holding this frequency of love on the planet right now in the way that is ours, that is unique to us. So lots of love to each of you. Thank you for presencing my poem. More soon. And if you are not yet in the Venus Collective, the Venus Wisdom Collective, and you're watching this, you are welcome to join us. I'll put a link down there and you can jump in there. And I'm passionately teaching humans, men and women, how to sync with the Venus cycle. So come on in if you like. All right, bye.